We are witnessing the death of authenticity. Nobody wants to be original anymore.
It seems like nobody wants to work these days.
In this modern era of social media, being unique and individuality are being traded for the safety of manufactured identity and conforming to whatever is trending at the moment. And to be honest, I don't know if we're coming back from this one. It's bleak, y'all. Strap in, because honey, you've got a big storm coming.
You've got a big storm coming.
So recently, Hailey Bieber posted a video on social media where she was eating sushi while wearing a face mask. And the world kept spinning. No, we love a skincare moment. We love a multitasking moment. Good for her. I love to see it. But you would have thought that Newton's theory of gravity just dropped the way that everyone collectively lost their minds. If you go onto TikTok and search Hailey Bieber sushi face mask, you will find hundreds of creators participating in this new trend of eating sushi while wearing a face mask, solely because Hailey Bieber did it. Is there anything wrong with eating sushi while wearing a face mask? No. But seeing the way that this trend has played out has surfaced a lot of frustrations that I have with the current state of social media and the way in which authenticity is being sacrificed for conforming to whatever is trending at the moment. It unveils a set of problems that truthfully I don't know if society is going to be moving on from anytime soon.
It's over. We are screwed.
Unless we are aware of the problems. And that's what I want to get into in this video, because I think with more awareness and education around how these microtrends are orchestrated, we can begin to think independently from them and actually grow into our own authenticity. I'm bothered and I want to get deep, so let's talk about it. Now, obviously, given that you're watching this video, I can assume that you are on social media platforms like TikTok and have seen just the cycles of trends that we have gone through ever since the birth of social media. And I will say, trends are really inherent to who we are as human beings, especially in a modern developed society. Given the amount of people in the world, cultural norms, and expectations, it is very intrinsic for humans to kind of be drawn towards what is trending at the moment. We've seen it in civilizations throughout the centuries. It is by no means a new concept. However, with the era of social media and specifically TikTok, we have seen a normalization of microtrends. If you scroll on TikTok for even just an hour, you will notice that our relationship to trends is no longer just wanting to participate in something that is fun and has instead evolved to a sense of identity. And I think nothing illustrates this more than the type of content that I see literally all the time on TikTok, with creators posing the question, what are we wearing this summer? What new trendy skincare products are we buying?
So, what are we wearing for the trip? Mostly taking summer dresses. Ooh, are we thinking maxi dresses or mini dresses? Most of my dresses are short. Okay, so should I go shopping for more short dresses? Because I mostly have maxi dresses. You want, but it's fine if you wear your maxi dresses. What's the vibe? Summer and it's hot.
You are under spells, people!
And you'll notice that with this approach to trends, it's not from a sense of wanting to find a needed product that's good quality, has good reviews, and fills a product void that is in your life. People are instead posing these questions as a desperate grab to be a part of whatever in-group is setting the trend at the moment, regardless of whether they need these products in their lives. I could make an entire dissertation on this topic, but nothing illustrates this issue more than Labubus. Yes, the little dolls that people will wait outside of a store for 12 plus hours to get. Yes, the plastic dolls that have such a hot reseller market that if you were to get a Lafufu or Ladudu, I don't know, a fake Labubu, you're immediately judged and looked down upon. The entire situation with Labubus, as well as all of these micro trends that people are so desperately attempting to participate in, reveal a deeper rooted issue with our collective lack of identity and abstinence from authenticity. We've seen it play out pretty much in every single industry, but specifically for the beauty industry with micro trends like strawberry glazed lips, Hailey Bieber cinnamon cookie butter hair. And let me just say, this is not a phenomenon that is just present in teenage girls or teens, where a lot of times these micro trends and fads can really explode. It's fully grown ass adults participating in these trends in almost a knee-jerk reaction format. I have to say, it's quite dystopian and sad to see the way that social media is filing down our unique characteristics and our authenticity. But I think a big part of it is that people are actively being criticized and judged for stepping outside of trends. Not only have we seen this play out in trends like the Stanley Cup, where mothers were posting on social media talking about how their kid was coming home from school worried about being criticized or judged for having a non-Stanley water bottle.
This is the cup that we got our daughter for Christmas. This is not a Stanley. This is a $9.98 Walmart cup that she said she thought was cute. She is 9 years old. All the other girls in her grade, she said 9, 10 of them, all got Stanleys for Christmas. And they made sure to let her know that this is not a real Stanley, that this is fake and it's not as cool.
But I've also seen this play out in adult spaces. Say when people post a video of them transforming or refurbishing their home. If their style of interior design doesn't exactly match what is currently trending and what people want their homes to look like, oh my God, it's like World War III in the comment sections. You would have thought they committed genocide the way that people lose their minds over painting over some brick or changing out some wood. When one person's decision collides with the collective's idea of what is trendy, what is design forward, what is clean girl, it is at best immediately dismissed or at worst bullied or ridiculed. And I'm sorry, from a lot of the posts that I've seen on social media, it is far more likely that if you make a decision with your house design, with your skincare routine, with your sense of fashion, you are far more likely to be actively bullied for your decision. And consequently, you are punished for expressing your own sense of identity and authenticity. And over time, this effect has whittled away at any attempt to express ourselves in a unique or individual way, and instead has made us all conform to this one idea of what is currently cool. The middle school playground has become our reality. Nothing illustrates this more than a video I saw of people out at night on like a bar crawl, and when you look at the crowd, everyone is wearing the exact same outfits. Everyone literally looks the same, and it's sad because it's not done out of a genuine desire just to wear these clothes. There's like a hyper FOMO fear around it. Not only fearing being left out, but fearing being actively ridiculed, judged, or looked down upon for straying from the cultural norm and trends.
Full offense, but why are we all dressing the exact same? I just saw a TikTok today that said, I really hope tankinis don't really come back in style or else I'll have to throw away all of my new bikinis. If you like bikinis, wear bikinis. This is gonna sound so mean, but you don't need to wear what every influencer is wearing. Like, literally just figure out your own personal style. If you were just scrolling and purchasing every single outfit that every single influencer is wearing just to look like every other bitch on the block, get a grip. Go touch grass, honestly. It honestly makes me so sad to see the lack of individualism these days, and maybe I'm just getting older, but it just really breaks my heart.
And one of the worst things at play contributing to this problem is surveillance culture. A quote by Heidi Suevez puts it perfectly: "There is no safe space to define and develop our identities in this fast-paced digital era. Even if you are wanting to step outside the box, wear something unique, look crazy if you wanted to, there's this constant fear that you at any point could be recorded, posted, and ridiculed online for your own personal decision. Everyone runs the risk of being put on blast at any moment."
There are too many phones out at the function, and that's why nobody's dancing. People like to go out and feel anonymous, be around strangers, and have a good time. And all that is hindered when you bring out that surveillance, that camera.
Personal style and individuality are out of the window, which is why I think people so desperately cling and grasp onto whatever microtrends are currently happening, to put frankly, as a way to save themselves from public ridicule. And I will say, there are a reason these microtrends exist. Somebody has to set them, and that's where I notice authenticity is solely being celebrated. It's only when you tick all the boxes of conventional beauty standards. Have you ever noticed that when a pretty celebrity or influencer does something weird or unique, it's automatically seen as cool and a trend, but the second that someone who does not fall into Eurocentric beauty standards does it, it's seen as cringe, awkward, funny, and consequently, because of social media, put on blast for the masses to be able to make fun of it.
I love how a lot of people are like, nobody's unique anymore, everybody looks and dresses the same, but then when someone actually is unique and dresses super different and looks super different, they're like, no, not like that, that's unique in an ugly way, but unique in a hot way.
It's this weird trickle-down effect. A beautiful celebrity or or influencer creates a trend, smaller creators and average people replicate it. The public masses celebrate it and follow along, but everyone suffers from this lack of authenticity. Now, for a long time, I always took the position of just thinking, ugh, people are just going to follow micro trends. It's what they do. I'm not interested in it, to each their own. But I think there's a few disturbing signals as to how this micro trend culture and lack of authenticity is really harmful to ourselves and our society. One thing I've noticed at play is that we are conditioned to view shopping as a form of escapism. Now, one of the reasons we love shopping is that anatomically it does actually create a dopamine release, which is one of the reasons why shopping addiction is like a real legitimate thing. It feels good to add to cart, it feels good to swipe, our bodies love it. But something I've noticed with this shopping culture that is being created is that it's almost its own mini escape from the impending fear that you're not on trend or following whatever is most popular. And I think it's because it provides a very temporary escape from the lack of identity that we struggle with. If we can buy something that attempts to define us, the short-term financial cost is worth having to navigate the confusing emotions that come from a lack of identity, which creates a breeding ground for a shopping addiction. And I think a lot of people are struggling with shopping addictions that we don't realize because we're just kind of seeing them as participating in every single trend that comes along. All the while, we're being actively conditioned to become addicted to that dopamine release that comes from purchasing a new item. It's like the two fuel each other and create this codependent relationship that results in overconsumption.
I just found out today that people go to rehab because they have a shopping addiction. Like, legit, go to rehab, check themselves in, live there for 30 days, all because they're addicted to shopping. I thought the addiction was just cute and not that big of a deal.
It was the first thing I would think about when I woke up. You keep looking and looking and looking in the same way someone might keep drinking and drinking and drinking because they haven't quite reached the point of escapism that they were hoping to reach.
Baudrillard said, oh, I know I fucked up that name, I'm sorry. We no longer consume products, we consume signs. We don't buy things, we buy meanings. The first, and one of the most disturbing symptoms I'm seeing play out, is that people no longer think about what to buy. The second something becomes a micro trend, rather than doing product research, identifying whether it's a need versus a want, budgeting, or consciously purchasing based on your genuine interest, it's instead almost a knee-jerk reaction for people to immediately purchase products that will align them with whatever is currently trending or is being endorsed by a celebrity or influencer that comes up on their For You page. And truthfully, the first time I was made aware of this was when I went viral. I gotta admit, looking back, I think I was a little naive as to what the popularity surrounding me really signified. When my videos and content were first going viral, my hope was that people would take my videos and the information that I was conveying as a way to consciously purchase, look at ingredients, make more informed decisions about what they're going to buy, and have more guidance when it came to the confusing world of skincare and the intense marketing and pressures we face to buy everything. As time evolved, I started noticing that people were instead hopping onto my product recommendations as a way to participate in whatever was trending by immediately purchasing the next moisturizer or serum that I recommended, rather than adopting the mindset that I really hope to instill in people, which is do your research, educate yourself, make informed decisions, and consume less. What I initially hoped would be a long-term shift for people to focus on products and ingredients that helped their skin turned into a more short-term fad that instead helped create a new hyper-obsession with product consumption. And that's not to say everyone adopted that approach. Chances are, if you're watching this video, you are actually someone who loves to do their research and have an educated, informed approach to the products that you buy. But I came to realize that people were buying because they were looking for direction and a quick fix to whatever skin issues they had. But if those didn't work for their skin, instead of adopting the critical thinking skills to make more informed decisions when it comes to whatever skincare products they're purchasing, they instead hopped over to whatever skincare trend was next. And as time has progressed, I've noticed this problem becoming more and more rampant, where people are relying less on their own motivation to learn about products, to make informed purchasing decisions, decisions and identify whether they actually need it or they want it. I'm instead seeing more and more people buy beauty products from a beautiful celebrity or influencer that recommended them because they are attracted to the idea and status symbols that are behind it. And this social media dystopian problem really reminds me of this quote by Aldous Huxley: "People will come to love their oppression, to adore the technologies that undo their capacities to think." And I gotta say, I'm really noticing a tie between the anti-intellectual movement and the way that people make their purchasing and shopping decisions and the way that they participate in these micro trends. I just gotta say, I feel like they're intertwined. And actually, I am planning to make a video about anti-intellectualism within the cosmetic space, so let me know if you guys are interested in seeing that. People increasingly don't want to have to think when it comes to purchasing a product. It's much easier to have someone else tell you what to buy and just to mindlessly follow the trends. And I think this is an increasingly blaring symptom of the end stage capitalism that we are currently in. Wow, you guessed it, ladies and gentlemen, all these problems tie back to capitalism. We're taking it there. A quote from the Medium article, "The Myth of the Autonomous Self, a cross-cultural critique of individualism in late capitalism. Late capitalism does not merely produce goods. It produces desire, and most perniciously, it produces identities. Identity becomes a fashion statement, a lifestyle product, or a curated Instagram aesthetic. In such an economy, the drive toward authenticity, once a form of existential resistance, becomes co-opted into performative branding. The self is no longer just commodified, it is itself a commodity." End stage capitalism commodifies everything, which is exactly the problem that we're seeing play out right now. Guys, the brutal reality is that these micro trends do nothing to help us and instead only serve the interest of corporations and companies that are selling you these products. Take it from someone who owns a skincare business. I have my own skincare brand. My primary motivation behind selling products is to make a difference in your skin and make a difference in the world. And would it, of course, benefit me for my products to be the next micro trend? Yes, absolutely. But that would come at the cultural cost of people not making informed decisions, just participating in another trend, and only further inflate the problem of mindless consumption. As explained in the quote I just read, these micro trends are literally commodifying lifestyles and quirks, which has an end result of us tying our self-worth to overconsumption. And the reality is that companies love this. Companies thrive off of the celebration of micro trends to the point that now I feel like the business landscape has really transformed so much from what it was even just 20 years ago, where now every company is competing for a spot in the next micro trend, and the rest of the industry is pushed to resort to these desperate grabs for sales. Promoting mindful consumption is not cool. Creating products that are built to last, that are high quality, is not the priority anymore. And yes, companies are profiting, but at what cost? Number one, the environmental cost. These micro trends are terrible for the environment. We've seen the cost of fast fashion, and that effect is taking place across so many different industries. Number two, it's costing us individuality and self-expression, something that is so inherent to who we are as human beings and has drastic mental health consequences. Number three, the personal financial cost. With the way people are shopping right now, you would not think that we are in a recession, but unfortunately, a lot of people are going more and more into debt in order to participate in these trends. And finally, the long-term cost of our ability to think and consciously consume. So after this long rant sesh, what can we do? I always love leaving these videos with actionable steps that we can take, because a lot of times these topics, and especially in this video, it could just be really depressing. I think something that is so important and something that I definitely need to start doing more is disconnecting from social media.
Do it. Do it.
Or at the very minimum, cultivate a For You page that inspires you, motivates you to be a better person, and encourages underconsumption. Another thing that I think we should all do, which is definitely not good for my business, but I think it's better for the collective good, I think we should all take a break from beauty content. There's a reason why I don't consume a lot of beauty content on social media. It's because it is just so draining. It's so focused on buy. And after a certain amount of time of consuming it, it's very natural for you to compare yourself yourself to the beautiful people you see on your screen, which is not great for mental health. Definitely not for mine. Another thing I think we should do, which I believe is most impactful to this entire issue, is to shop consciously. Do your research, budget, take your time before purchasing something. Really think it out and identify if it's a need versus a want. Learn about how it's made, the sourcing, the ingredients. Or at the very minimum, you can try doing what I have been trying to do. If there's something you want to buy, wait at least 24 hours before purchasing it. If you still are thinking about it the next day and still think that it's a need, then buy it. Or if it's a big purchase, if it's been a week and you're still thinking, man, I could really use that, I feel like I really need it in my life, go for it. Just do whatever you can to shop more consciously. And finally, surround yourself with people who have worked to develop their own sense of identity and authenticity independent from social media. Not only are they the coolest, but they're also a dying breed. And I think more than any time, we need to celebrate our differences. We need to celebrate our differences. Okay, actually, that's a really problematic song. I take that back. But seriously, your life is going to improve so much by being around people who don't give a fuck about what's trending on social media and instead do things because they want to do them, because they like how they look, because they're comfortable in their individuality. Trust, we need it now more than ever. Oh my god, this has been a long video. I did not necessarily mean for it to get as philosophical and anti-capitalist as it did, but you know what? I'm into it, and I hope you guys are into it as well. I love doing these types of videos that explore the deeper questions rather than just, you know, the regular skincare content I do. I understand that in talking about these topics, there is kind of an awkward juxtaposition between what I do here online, promoting skincare products and consumption. But again, my message and stance has always been to shop consciously, make informed decisions, educate yourself, and I hope this video can help to at least raise more awareness about where we are going as a society and the damaging aspects of social media, because we really need to break free, as my Lord and Savior Ariana Grande says. I want to hear your thoughts though. Please comment down below. I'd absolutely love to see your guys' takes on this. If you guys like videos like this, please let me know what other topics you want me to explore. I love these formats of videos and definitely enjoy the more commentary style. If you want more videos like this, go to my description box below. I've made a few others, and if you guys haven't already, be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that you can see my videos every single week, and I will see you guys in the next one. Mwah.